Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll continue with the map creation process and we will mainly focus on the army for player number 3, which will be the Empire. Just one thing from the last video, here I obviously made a mistake, of course, this needs to be 0 equals 0 to work, but again, we'll be testing it later, so you don't have to worry about it, we'll just fix everything later. So let's go back to Empire. Of course, I will open Beast as well, so I can copy from here. I will copy the starter. Immediately I can rename it to Empire. And of course we can just name it starter, don't need any number. And I will also copy one army here, and then we can actually not close it yet. I will also copy the attack, but after that we can collapse this. I will rename everything to Empire, so we know what we are working with. And here we'll be probably creating swordsmans. And let's just open this immediately and let's start. The first thing you need to do after copying this, of course, is change everything to the player you are working with. So right now it will be player number 3. And in Empire and Buildings I will just choose barracks. Let me actually check this. And this is a little bit tricky when you are working with Empire, because sometimes, yeah, here you can have advanced barracks and it will look the same, so you will need to actually click on it if you don't remember what you placed there, and you will need to adjust it. So here you will need to choose advanced barracks or it will not work. Yeah, so here we'll probably just choose swordsmans, and now I will just go create all those locations. So let's save it, location, and let's start. It will be again somewhere around this size, and let's just make all those locations, because I mean he can be producing in all of those barracks. It will make it harder for the player 1 to stop the production, of course, because he will need to destroy all 6 barracks and all the other buildings as well. So let's also make those 3 workshops here. Then there is also church, so we can be creating some priests here. And here we could actually make it like this, so it will check if there is at least one of those buildings, and then it will spawn the Valkyrie. So it's like a shortcut, but you don't need to do that if you don't want to. And after this we also need to group the armies somewhere, so let's make a quite big location right here, or maybe even a little bit bigger. And also, as I said, we might also make a flying army of those Valkyries. So let's make a little bit smaller location down here. Yeah, maybe let's move this pigeon somewhere else, so he doesn't interfere with it. I mean, there is another one, so it doesn't really matter. Of course, now we will need to name everything, so it will be Empire barracks. Of course, I won't write advanced barracks here, it would be just total waste, because it doesn't really matter. But let's just name it barracks number 1, number 2, then we have number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we have Empire workshops, so Empire workshop number 1. Again, I'm copying it without the number, so I don't need to delete it every single time I'm making a new name for another location. Then we have the temple, I believe, yeah, temple, so it will be, oh sorry, I didn't actually click on it, so I need to scroll back down. Empire temple. Now we have the centuries, so Empire Elven centuries, I believe is written like this, hopefully. And then we have Empire Army 1 and Empire Army 2, or you can just write Empire Army and then Empire Flying Army or something. Of course, that doesn't really matter how you do that. So yeah, this seems pretty okay. Again, if this feels a little bit too hard to see for you, you can just disable the fog right here. You just click high, and as you can see, you can see much more clearly. Yeah, you can also disable the rain or something. Press F6 to disable or enable those areas around the buildings, whatever you want, just to make it easier for you to see. Or if you zoom in, you will also see a little bit more clearly because the fog starts in a further distance, but of course then you will have, if you zoom in, you won't see so many things at once. Yeah, but if you zoom out too much, then you also won't see anything. So yeah, maybe disable the fog if you are not too comfortable with everything yet. So yeah, we created all the locations. Now let's go back to the trigger editor, and it will be the same process as we did in the last video. Of course, again, you don't need to watch this if you already know how to set up everything, but I will still record every single step of this map creation process, so you can just find anything if you get stuck at any point. If you, of course, decide to also try to create something. So here we have advanced barracks. Let's choose Empire barracks number 1, and also the same thing applies to those other lines. And then we will move to Empire Army 1. And now we will actually need to think of what units we want to create in all the other buildings. So we can actually create swordsmen, rangers, knights, and mages. So that's like the 4 main units that we can create here. Also pikemans. So actually 5 of them, and then we can maybe create like swordsmen in 2 barracks, and that will be probably okay. Then we will have, of course, 3 catapults here and priests in the temple and Valkyries in those centuries. Actually, let's make this area a little bit bigger so it covers all the centuries for sure. So yeah, let's continue by making swordsman's number 2 then. So I will need to rename this to swordsman's 1. But we will choose barracks number 2, for example. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you get as a player 1 to the point when you are destroying enemy buildings, then you probably are already winning and you don't really care what buildings you destroy first. So I also won't really care about what building is creating what unit. So let's make this Elf Rangers. Again, advanced barracks. Barracks number 3. We'll need to choose this for all the lines of the code. And as you can see right now, it's getting a little bit harder to set up everything. So again, I will just collapse this and reopen it. Actually, expand here. And now we just need to change this to, again, Elf Sentinel. We renamed it in one of the previous videos, but it will be creating Elf Rangers. And it will move to Empire Army 1. So now let's choose the barracks number 4, and here we'll probably be creating some pikemans. Of course, again, you don't need to create all the units for the attack, but since we have so many production buildings, I will probably create all of them. So again, check it. We need to rename this to pikemans. Copy that, paste it, and let's choose barracks number 5. In barracks number 5 we will be probably creating knights. Of course, how many of those units you create is something that we will set up later. Definitely not immediately when I'm doing this. It will be even more complicated. So let's just do everything one by one, or I mean not one by one, but together. So first I will create all the triggers, or first I created all locations, then I will create all triggers, and then I will set up all the timers on every single trigger. This was barracks number 5, so let's copy it and make the last one copy here, and that will be mages. So again, I need to change the unit to mage. and also choose barracks number 6 again for all three lines of the trigger that we made here. And move is still the same. So now I will move to workshops. So first I will need to change this to catapults number 1. I will also need to change the building to gnome workshop. I will choose workshop number 1. Army is the same, so I will only choose the workshop 2 more times here. And of course I will also change the unit to catapult. Yeah, I could also add like steambirds or nomarchs, which cannot even attack, but again, don't really need that, so let's just make only catapults here. We'll copy that 2 more times, so this will be number 2. I will choose workshop number 2, and again it will move to the same location of empire number 1. And the same things applies to the last trigger for this section, which will be the Empire Workshop number 3, which will be again creating catapults. Well, just will make it really slow because there are free production buildings for that. So yeah, we have catapults here, and the last one should be Valkyries. So let's actually change this to 11th century. Choose, or sorry, actually there we have Empire Temple first. So actually first we'll need to make some priests. And here we will choose priest. Again, army number 1. I will just need to choose the temple here. This is something I forgot about, so it slowed me down a little bit, but I think we are still doing pretty good. And lastly, we will do the Valkyries. So Valkyries, yeah, here I forgot to change to temple. Here we have the 11th century. I will choose the 11th century's location, also for the unit creation and also for control, so we can move from there. And also you need to change the unit to Valkyries, of course. And since we decided to make another location, we will also need to choose Empire Army 2. So yeah, this is finally everything, I hope. As you can see, it's actually pretty long, but we can again collapse it to see everything much easier. I will move the attack to the bottom, click OK and save everything with Ctrl S. Open the trigger editor once again with Ctrl T. And now let's probably work on the Empire Army Starter, but first I will go back to base, bridge, and copy this start trigger, and I will also add the Empire Army Starter right here, so we can enable both of them once the player 1 crosses the bridge or conquer the bridge. And actually, let me check one thing. If we open the tech tree, I believe we disabled the gnome arcs. So yeah, you can potentially get over the bridge with Valkyries, but you definitely cannot transfer your peasants without destroying this place. So you cannot create an expansion without the enemies starting to attacking you. So let's go back to army starter, and here we will need to of course change to Empire Army, Empire Attack 1, and here I will need to add all those armies. This is again really annoying because you need to go through everything one by one, so you just need to click on it, go down, find the trigger that you want, and you will just need to do this for every single one of them. But as you can see, once you get used to it, it goes quite quickly. Right now I probably misclicked something. Yeah, now we will need to click even double time to get to those catapult triggers. But once we get through it, it should work pretty fine. So yeah, like this we have all the triggers here. Again, it's all in different buildings, so I don't need to add any timers there. And the only thing that I will do now is to go through each of those armies and set a timer, of course. First we will need to figure out what's the time between each attack. Let's actually make it like 720 seconds for this player. For the beast player we set 300, I believe, so we don't want the attacks to be at the same time or something, so let's make it like this. Again, you need to change the owner to player number 3 right now, and we will need to check the Empire Army number 1. And also we will have the second attack, which will be attack of the Valkyries, which will be happening from Empire Army number 2. And of course, again, I will just rename this, go to starter, also add this attack right here, and maybe this attack can be even, yeah, we can wait even longer, maybe like let's say 850, for example. So now, right now we'll need to figure out how many enemies we want to have in each attack. So for example, I would like to have like 6 Valkyries maybe. Yeah, you can use the calculator if you want. So I will just use it on my second monitor. So you will just need to divide 850 by the amount of units you want. So for example 6, and yeah, just I will make it somewhere around 140 here. So 138, because we have 2 seconds right here. And then we will continue from the top. So let's start with some swordsmans. We have 720 seconds, so maybe we want like 12 swordsmen, but since we are creating them in 2 barracks, I will just make it 6, so we will divide 720 by 6. Again, I'm doing that on my second monitor. Of course, this is really easy math, but you don't want to make any unnecessary mistakes, so let's just write here 118, so 118, so we have 120 together. This will be of course the same number. Then we have rangers, maybe we want like 8 of them, so 720 divided by 8 is 90, so let's make it 88. Maybe we want like, let's say 5 pikemans, so that will be like again 100 and let's make 150, so it's not even so many of them. Let's say like 4 knights, so again divide 720 by 4, which will be 180, so 178 here. We can do the same for mages, I think, and also the priests. Catapults, we have three production buildings, so let's say that just one catapult might be enough from each of them. So let's just make this 720 or 718. I think that should be okay. Or maybe we can make it like 698, so there is some time to move it because those catapults are really slow. So let's make it like this. And right now I think everything should work pretty okay. So hopefully I didn't make any major mistakes here. Of course, if I did, then we'll find out during the testing process and we will fix that later. So right now we actually we have basically all the triggers that we need to be able to play the mission, but as you could saw, I was disabling every single trigger. So in the next video I will actually make another folder where we'll also make opening animation probably. Maybe I will not set it up immediately in the next video. We will probably test the mission first, but we will definitely make another trigger that will be actually enabling all the other triggers that we will need. And then we will also focus on the dialogues, the animation as I mentioned, and maybe some other things that we forgot to make. So it's perfect, of course. And I mean, then we will also make those those tests. Yeah, definitely. The testing process of this map will be a part of the future videos of this series, because testing is just a part of the map creation process, and I cannot skip it, because if you just create something and hope that you created it right, then it will probably fail pretty soon. Yeah, so you definitely need to test everything you make. Even though I already made dozens of maps and campaigns and everything, I still make mistakes, and the only option how you can find about those mistakes is by either letting someone else play your map, but the better way, of course, is to test it yourself, so you can see the mistake and just fix it as soon as you find it. So yeah, good luck guys, and take care guys.